Hey everyone, I'm Ed. Some people would call me an above average cyclist and others would call me a below average camera operator. But as of recently, Insta360 sent me their new Ace Pro, which I've been using for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Insta360 Ace Pro's capabilities and also its suitability for you as a cyclist looking to capture your rides, your adventures, or your cycling holidays. Or maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. In fact, a friend of mine just recently picked one up because he's heading to Mallorca in a couple of weeks' time. And he's looking forward to filming some stuff too. Now, I was going to film the unboxing just like, a normal review would do. But got very excited when it came and I opened it, didn't film it. So this is the box it came in. Now it has the usual stuff on there, 10-meter waterproofness, its flip screen, its gesture control, voice control, 4K slow-mo, the flow state stabilization. But I don't want to talk about that too much. I want to talk about its practicality and how I use it on a daily basis now, and maybe how you could use it if you fancy getting yourself one too. 99% of my videos are shot on a small action camera. So when they sent me the camera, they also sent me some accessories too. And if you look on their website, there's a ton of accessories, including this chest mount, which has this really nice grippy surface, which I've never seen before. And also makes a nice sound too. Now, I bet you didn't expect ASMR in this video. Here's how the Insta360 Ace Pro compares to a competitor that I've been using over the last 3-4 years maybe. It totally trumps it in many ways, and I'll get onto that in a minute. Now you might be thinking, Ed, well, you've been sent this camera, you're obviously going to say good things about it. Well, actually, about a year ago, I bought Insta360 X3. This is the one you can have with the invisible selfie stick and do those fancy, cool photos and videos that look like a drone. And in some ways, it does replace that, and I'm really happy with the product. And to be honest, even though it's taken... Look at that whack. That's when I dropped the camera coming down the Col de Petit Saint Bernard, doing like 60 kilometers an hour, but it survived. So anyway, back to the Ace Pro. If I boot it up, it takes a remarkably short amount of time to turn on. On the screen, you have all your usual kind of settings that you need quick access to. Now there's a wide range of shooting options here. It can cater from beginner to, high-level content creator, essentially allowing you to manually change things, or if you just want minimal fuss, you can deal with that too with the presets. And I actually found taking a couple of photos with this really good as well, but that is compared to my relatively old iPhone 11. Now the battery life is something that I've really noticed to be good on this. It's taken me maybe a week and a half to need to charge it again after, going out and filming 3 or 4 videos while I've been out riding. It claims to have a 1650 milliamp hour battery, which claims to last 100 minutes at 25 degrees, recording at 4K at 30 FPS active HDR video. But to be honest, all you need to know is it'll last you a blinking long time. Now, image stabilization has been superb. The only thing I would say is the audio quality I found to be a little bit hit and miss, because where they have the microphones, they have one little hole up here and then they have another one on this side. The only issue I have sometimes is obviously when I'm cycling and I'm talking, which I agree not everybody would be doing, I either sometimes end up putting my finger over the microphone like that. But to be honest, what I always end up using anyway, and maybe Insta360 can make some, I don't know, is some wind slayers, and you just like pop them on the top, and then it does a really good job of cutting out that wind noise. But it does seem like it's been built to withstand quite a lot. I mean, even like I said, the way it's built, there really is no kind of sign that any corners have been cut. I mean, it just looks like a very well made piece of kit. And above all else, I would say the connectivity and the app are one of the best parts of the whole Insta360 setup. Being able to just get onto the app, connect to the camera while I'm sat in the cafe, and we've just finished a descent or a climb, and I just wanted to quickly look at that footage or the photo, and if I had 5 minutes, I could like literally cut it and export it there and then and upload it to Instagram or wherever. Like there's very little barrier to, you know, being able to grab what you want and go. And I think it's a massive plus point for what most of you may want. They sent me a couple, these two in particular, ones that I've been using regularly. So what's quite clever with the camera is this kind of like quick release function, or at least that's what I'm going to call it because it's similar to a bike. You have this sort of like magnetized section. So this is the mount, and then it sort of guides you into place and it clips on. It's really secure. I have zero complaints about it whatsoever. And what's really good about it is that once you remove it, of course, as long as you have another one of these or a couple of them, you can attach it to your chest strap, or you can attach it to, you know, your handlebars. This selfie stick goes with me now pretty much everywhere, but it's not the longest one they do, but it's amply long. I mean, check, that's pretty long there. That'll do most of my jobs right there. I mean, you know, I'm not going to go any much further than that. This other mount is really clever as well. So how I've been using it is I've been attaching it to the drop bar section of my handlebars, and then you just do it up as so. But you have this section which you can move any which way but loose, and essentially you can have it in any angle that you want. Either use this and attach it onto the end, or you could just take the top bit off and attach that bit on. So you can attach this to your seat post as well. You can attach it to maybe the seat stays, anywhere really where things can get clamped, apart from your car parked on the double yellow lines out there. So these, in my opinion, are the top features of this camera that I think allow me to get the best out of it on a daily basis. There's a very responsive touchscreen, although I've yet to see what it's like in the cold. I love what they call the quick capture, where you can just press the button up top, it'll boot up the camera and immediately start recording. The front facing screen helps me out in a lot of situations. The quick click mounts I really enjoy using, and I also think are very secure. And along with the quick capture and boot up, it's also very good at the automatic shutdown. Like if I accidentally leave it on in my pocket, I know as long as I've set it, it'll switch off and I don't have to worry about it. Although saying that, the battery life is so long, they could probably be in my back pocket for like 4 hours on a bike ride and it'll still be fine. Although hopefully not recording, because then I just have the inside of my pocket for 4 hours. Now if I'm being really picky, I would say this camera does have a little bit of a weight to it. I mean, in comparison to what I've been using previously, I mean, it's not much, but just feels a little bit heavier. But then saying that, the durability of it, I can't complain. So it kind of offsets itself. And I've said it already, but the microphone placement, unless it's just me and my awkward long piano fingers being like gripping the camera in like an awkward position, I don't know. But to be honest, I haven't really had any poor audio from it at all. Well, I've been using this Insta360 Ace Pro for the past 3 weeks now, and it's done nothing but give me good, fast, and reliable footage. Honestly, I think it's everything you could possibly need, and it's going to be the camera that I recommend going forward. And fundamentally, it's quite fun to play around with the shots and quick editing on the app. Well, if you made it this far, I truly appreciate it, and I hope it's given you a little bit of an insight into actually how I like film and capture some of the content I do for this YouTube channel. And if you fancy grabbing one, there's an affiliate link down in the description below this video, which would really help support me in my next filming adventure too. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you Insta360 for sending me this Ace Pro. That's it for now. I'll catch you next time.